Yes, 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 yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you and welcome to Up You with Ezinne, your favorite female-centric program. How you all doing? How is everyone doing this morning? I hope everyone is good and thriving and basking. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Yes. So, yeah, welcome to another edition of your favorite female-centric program, Up You with Ezinne. How you all doing? I see the year is off to a good start for every single one of us, I believe. And I picked up from the streets of social media that the theme or the slogan for this year is no grief for anybody. Oh my God. Funny as it sounds, it's actually very sound advice. And so if we put the positive spin on it. So I'm going to lend my voice to it this morning and say, uh, when it comes to your well-being and your success this year, do not agree for anybody or anything at all to stop you. So we just have to keep pushing on, keep doing what we have to do to make sure that this year it's exactly as we envisioned it for ourselves. Yeah. May it be a good year for you and all yours. Our topic today is Woman Recalibrate for Success. It's Up You with Ezinne, and I'm here to keep you company as usual. So let's do this, my beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinne Kufrekanem, and I'm your host. As always, I'm thrilled to have you join us on today's episode. It's still recalibration season in here, and our topic is Woman Recalibrate for Success. In today's rapidly changing world, women are continually facing new challenges and opportunities. As such, it becomes crucial for them to recalibrate their approach to success. To navigate the complex web of personal and professional ambitions, women must reassess and realign their goals, priorities, and strategies. In this discussion, we will explore how women can recalibrate for success and overcome barriers that may impede their progress by acknowledging the unique circumstances and concerns they face. Women can thrive in diverse spheres and achieve their full potential. So let's delve deep into this topic and gain insights that can empower women to recalibrate their paths and success. Be kind to follow us on all our social media platforms. Be kind to follow us on all our social media platforms. Um, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We'd love to connect with you and keep this conversation going long after this live episode has ended. And please like and share the stream is one way you help our ministry so we continue to serve you better. Yes, welcome everyone. The topic today is Woman Recalibrate for Success. May I remind you that all episodes of Up You with Ezinne are up on our YouTube channels, our podcast channels at Up You with Ezinne. Be sure to follow us and don't miss a thing. You see, every single one of us desires to be successful, irrespective of how we define success. So please get ready to expand your mind from this episode. We'd like you to participate fully. Put your comments in there, ask your questions. Let's make it as interactive as possible. And please share this stream, like it, share it, invite your friends to come in so that we can have a very, very robust conversation. So share the stream, like the stream, so that we can have a very interactive and robust conversation. And right about now, I'm bringing up our guest who is already in the studio. It took me moving heaven a bit to have her coming today because our schedule is pretty very tight. So I will appreciate that everyone comes in and invite all your friends so that we can just go ahead into the discussion today. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne, and the topic on the banner today is Woman Recalibrate for Success. Like I said, we all desire success. And success is something that doesn't just meet us on our path, we need to prepare for it. So today I'm bringing up our guest, and our guest today is Mrs. Chioma Alonge. She holds two master's degrees. Oh my goodness, not one, but two. Wow. Okay. So Choma holds two master's degrees in marketing and brand management and is a proud member of the Institute of Directors. As Michelin's first female managing director, Choma is a catalyst for change, bringing dynamic perspectives that drive profitable growth. Her passion as a brand enthusiast fueled her quest for insights that unlock brand potentials. Mrs. Alonge began her journey with Michelin as a marketing director. Within 2 years, she transitioned to the role of B2C sales director and eventually led the commercial aspect of the business as commercial director. In 2021, she assumed the leadership mantle as the managing director of Michelin Nigeria. Prior to Michelin, she served as a global product manager overseeing operations in 5 African countries, showcasing her expertise in marketing. With a career spanning over 2 decades, she has contributed significantly to various FMCG multinationals in sales and brand management capacities. Beyond her professional achievements, Chioma is a competitive chess player. She currently holds 3 medals from chess championships. She is married with children. Talk about beauty, brain, and burn, and you have Choma Alonge fitting nicely. Dear listeners, everyone,
Oh my goodness.
please join me in welcoming a special guest to the show today. Good morning, Chioma.
Good morning, Ezinne. I'm so thrilled to be
Good.
here. Apologies, I've had a sore tooth, so my voice will be key, but we'll make it work.
Thank you. You look very beautiful.
Thank you. That's a boost to me this morning. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to ask my first question even before anything. Do you know how to change a tire?
For it.
Can you change a tire?
Okay, that's what um, I can change it. And it will surprise you to that I learned how to tire before I was 15 years old.
Oh, wow.
Life has a way. God sees right. Honestly, sincerely, my dad had just others. What was for always wanted us to be sufficient to know how to do the and to recall right from my school, and this is true.
Sorry,
My
Chama, you're
brother
you're
taught
you're going
us.
in and out. I don't know why that is. Her network is going in and out, and let's hope that we fix it in a bit. Please stay with us. We're coming right back. We're coming right back. Okay. While we wait for her to come in, please say hello if you're on the stream. I already saw some comments. Every single one of us deserves to be successful, and success is not a destination, it is a journey. Already the conversation is shaping up to be very, very impactful. We haven't even started it, and those nuggets are dropping. Now, Chioma was actually telling us before she dropped off, she's going to join us back again, that she learned how to change a tire at the age of 15. And what I could pick from what she was saying was that God already knows the paths that we will travel on, and as such, He prepares us for those paths. So God already knew that at some point in her life, she was going to become the first female managing director of Michelin Tyres Nigeria. And he already now took her through a journey at the age of 15 where she learned how to change tires. We are waiting for Chioma to join us back. And then while we're waiting, um, um, you can please post in what you want to say and posting something, and then I can continue chatting with you while we wait for her. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, you know how it is. When the conversation is going to be sweet, all kinds of plugs just come into the wheel. But we are going to surmount this one while we wait for her. What does success mean to you? How do you define success? To a lot of us, it means different things. And then some of us actually take the how do I put it, the some of the benefits of success. We actually now define it as success. You know, I'm sure if we ask somebody will say having a lot of money. I don't know. Yeah, if that is successful, if all that you have is money. But there are all kinds of parameters in which we could use to define success. So if you're on the stream, could you please put in for me, how do you define success? So that when Chioma comes back on, she will be able to address all of that specifically, and then you will know that you have actually gained something from being on this live. Yes. Give me a moment. Let me find our guest. Yippee! I found her. So we're back on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Grandma Tyra. It's good to see you. And I see you said discovering divine purpose and fulfilling same is the way you define success. So, everyone, while you're putting down what success means to you, let me quickly recap on what Chema was saying so that she can go on. Chema was actually saying that God knows our paths and He knows in what directions we will go. And so, at age 15, she had
Yeah,
mastered the art of changing tires. Chema, your
absolutely.
platform.
Absolutely. My dad had just daughters. So my dad, from get-go, wanted us to be self-sufficient, I had said before, wanted us to stand on our own two legs, wanted us to just be very self-reliant. So I recall the day he called all of us and taught us how to change tires because he had said at that time that he was traveling somewhere and saw a lady stranded because she had a flat tire and she was looking for someone to help her. So he got home that day and called four of us and took us through the dynamics and the whole rhythm of changing a tire. I remember it now, and it's funny. Truly, I can change a tire.
Oh, wow. You know,
Yes.
looking very special like this, one would think that you wouldn't know how to side. I wanted to throw a spanner in your clock, but you just beat
And,
me to
and
it.
Okay, and then when you start to work in Michelin, one of the things they take you through again, it's how to change a tire, is to know the basic things about around tire and tire management. Because at the end of the day, your life depends on your tires. So if you're driving a car as a female and you have a flat tire in a really bad place or dark corner, you should be able to change that tire and get away from there. So I can change a tire.
Thank you. While I ask you to please increase your volume for
Okay.
us, let me now say congratulations and women on the stream. Chioma has just told us that one of the ways to be successful is your ability to be able to change your own tires by yourself so that you don't get stranded on the way. And that's exactly what we're trying to do with this conversation today, to get us to recalibrate for success so that we don't get stuck in our journey in 2024. So you see, in life, you can actually take from here and join from here and be able to continue on your journey. So Chioma, it's good to have. Are you ready for us to take off?
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's go for it.
Okay, great. That's you're sounding better too. So please set the stage for us by sharing your perspective and your understanding of today's topic.
Okay. Women, recalibrate for success. And I was thinking about it. I said, what is recalibrate? And all the words, the best one I have is reset, reset, reset for success, modify for success, amend, change for success. And then what is success? Is attaining a goal, attaining an accomplishment of something you have set out for yourself. For all of us, the success, like you are asking the audience to define success. For all of us, success means different things, right? And then success is always a journey, like I put there. It's not a final destination. So as women, as me as a female, how do I reset my mindset? How do I change my mindset in 2024 to position me for success? How do I change my mindset? Basically, how do I reset all of the things I have known? How do I unlearn, like they say, unlearn and relearn to be able to achieve these ambitious things I have set for myself in 2024? Is there any way my mindset is obstructing me? Is there any way my mindset is actually the one standing between me and success? How do I modify? How do I change? How do I recalibrate? How do I reset my mindset to be able to achieve the things I set out for myself for 2024? It's a very deep and interesting topic.
Honestly, thank you. Thank you, because I think that you just went and hit the nail on the head. How do I change my mindset? How do I remove myself from where I'm stuck or where I've been stuck in to go
Yes.
forward? How do I recalibrate? Because you see, we are the instrument. We are the in this stance, we are the tool that will carry us to where we want to go to. And if
Yes.
we've not set ourselves up properly, we will not be able to make that journey. If someone is going
Yes.
on a journey that will take the person 365 days, or in this instance is a leap year, 366 days, and you haven't made provisions for, you haven't serviced your car, you haven't taken yourself for a personal health check, you haven't made sure that you are spiritually fit, you haven't checked out your ability to drive long distance, you haven't checked out your car that it's in good order, your fuel and everything, your food, and all that you need to stay on course to drive for the 366 days, then you're already setting up yourself not to succeed.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
you're setting up yourself not to succeed. So I like your take on this. And I will now quickly say to you, Chioma, that you should please share with us your journey to becoming the first female managing director of Michelin Tire Nigeria.
Thank you.
Calibrated
Thank you
your
so much. Izzy, can you hear
definitions.
me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much. And before I go to that, I want to quickly talk to what your very last line about what your mind, your mind could actually stop you from going forward.
Keep
What you
talking. Just keep
because
talking.
okay, there is a saying that we are a sum total of our thoughts. We become what we think. We become at the end of the day, you are a summary of your thoughts. Somebody said you can't feature in a future that you can't picture. In other words, is what you see that you become, is what you think that you become. Some people think, oh, I've just attained, I can't go forward further, I can't do more. But if you are ambitious in life, if you want more from life, you can keep going, you stretch, you go the distance, you put in the effort, you put in what is required to go to actually get on higher, to attain higher. Uh, that's it. So I'll go to your question about how my journey through success to becoming now. Do you know, I did a lot of work in the FMCG space. About 20 years I did in FMCG space, doing wine and spirits, doing all households, groceries. So the thing is this, once upon a time, that's the reason I say, AZ, I say that success is a journey. When I was a brand manager, senior brand manager, at that time, for me, success in my career was becoming a marketing director in a multinational. That was my goal for myself. I used to tell myself I would like to become a marketing director in a multinational in Nigeria. That was it. For somebody now, it could be, I want to move out of my parents' house. I want to have my own house. I want to start my own business. So that was it for me. So when I joined Michelin, I was already global account manager, global product manager, sorry. And then I was headhunted. I know a boss that called me and said, I know a multinational looking for a marketing director. Would you be interested? And if you've been interested, can you send your CV? I said, okay, let me talk to these people. Michelin was not in my very consciousness. Okay, so I joined as marketing director. And then to me, it was like, I've attained it. This is what I have always wanted to be in my career. This is where I have always I wanted to be, right? But within 2 years, I started to get interested in the selling. I started to get interested in the business arm of it, in the real selling of the product, not just about telling people about the product, but selling the product. And the business, as Michelin will be giving you opportunities, is a wonderful place to work, by the way. Michelin gave me an opportunity to test my foot in the water of selling. So I became the B2C commercial director, sales director, first of all, selling just B2C. And then from there, I moved into commercial, actually heading the entire commercial arm of the business, because I was looking for new territories to conquer. I was looking for new turfs to go to. I was defining new places that we could sell tires, because I was new in the industry. I was not from a tire space. By the way, the business intentionally wanted somebody who was not in the tire business. So they deliberately shopped outside the tire space. They wanted somebody to come from a different field to really bring in different way of doing things. So from commercial director in 2021, when the then French managing director had to leave, I was made the managing director for Nigeria, being not just the first female director, but also the first Nigerian director for Michelin, managing director for Michelin. And by the way, just to show, in sub-Saharan Africa for Michelin, I am the only female managing director.
I wish I had live flowers to give to you. I'll probably send you one to the office. Take your flowers, Chioma, honestly. Someone put in the stream and said you cannot picture in a future that you can't see.
You can't
So
picture.
your
You
story
can't
started
picture.
by you
You can't
seeing
picture. Yeah, you can't
in a
feature.
future.
In the future, you cannot
You
picture.
can't, yeah,
So you must
that
picture it.
you just didn't see, that you couldn't see.
Yes,
So your story started by you picturing yourself somewhere.
absolutely.
You pictured yourself somewhere.
Yes.
So she's just dropped the nugget, first nugget, or maybe second, or third even. You must see, to prepare for success, women, you must see yourself in the place where you're going to.
Absolutely.
See, preparation is not wishful thinking. It's not mere dreaming. It is as you're dreaming it, as you're envisioning it, you're also preparing for it. All of what Chioma said to us now took place in between 2 years. She arrived as marketing director, and within 2 years, she became managing director. But you see, she
4 years.
used over
4 years.
20 years to prepare
4 years.
to get here. 4 years, yes.
Four,
So
four
she
years.
used all of the other things she has been doing in all the other FCMGs where she was, were all preparation to get her to this point. And this is even more interesting. In sub-Saharan Africa, she's the only female. Oh my goodness. And she is a Nigerian woman like us. Isn't that
Yes.
very interesting? I
Yes.
think that is absolutely very interesting. And I hope somebody on this stream is taking note. Please let me know you're on the stream. Please put in your comments, put in your questions, put in your recommendations, because we're going to be running very, very fast. So now that we have your story, we have the background to your story, Chioma, can you please define success for us? What is success for us? Because, I mean, looking at you, there is a school of thought that says a woman can have it all.
Mm.
But you see, from where I am looking at you, I think you have it all. You've got a good job, you've got a husband, you've got children, you've got family, and you've got faith. So, but tell us, how do you define success?
It starts with God. Everything starts with God. Everything starts
So,
with
can I
God.
ask you to increase your volume a bit?
Okay, so I said it starts
Uh-huh.
with God. It starts with God, Ezinne. It begins with God. It ends with God. It's surrounded by God. You cannot be without God. So in all of it, success is everything in God. For me, success is accomplishing everything in God. Everything entrenched in Jesus Christ. Entrenched in Jesus Christ. So it is attaining a goal. You know, that mindset that tells us you cannot have it all is a mindset that limits us. You can strive to have it all. You see that saying, I love quote, it's not that saying about shooting for the stars and you can land in the sky. Reach for it. Success to me is reaching for it. Do not place any limits on yourself. The way I define it now, don't place any limits. Everything actually is possible. Reach for it. Do not be comfortable with mediocrity. Don't be comfortable with average. I saw something you put on your wall, as you said, do not settle. Don't settle. Do not settle. Don't be comfortable with just average. Don't be comfortable with mediocrity. Shoot for excellence. Strive for excellence. So from success is striving for excellence in everything that I do. Striving for excellence in everything, not settling. Not saying I'm okay with average, because I'm not looking at those or looking at a place you have already crossed. For instance, there are two ways you can look at life. You can view life while looking at, okay, I'm doing much better than everybody. That way you settle. But if you look and say, I can actually achieve more, I have potentials to do more, I have capability to do more, God has empowered me and graced me to do more. You can do more. You can do more. My anchor scripture in life is that do not think anything of yourself. In all your ways, acknowledge the Lord. Don't think so highly of yourself. Do not depend upon your own capabilities. Don't depend on your own or strength or whatever. In all your ways, acknowledge the Lord and He will direct your path. So once you know that it starts with God, Ezinne, once you know that your career, your success in life, your business, your growth is on God directing you, you can strive to be the best you can be. Because really, at the end of the day, God is so proud when His children are doing well. You must have a dose of humility. in everything you do. So when you're anchored on Christ, it keeps you humble. When you're anchored on Christ, it keeps you knowing that really your success is not about you. There is a hand. There is a hand. There is an unseen hand who rules in the affairs of man that is directing you, that is gracing you, that is favoring you. And I am where I am today, not because I'm the best of it, not at all, but because there is a God that selected and said, I want you to be here, my daughter. That keeps me humble, that keeps me grounded, and that keeps me reaching out for more.
Whoa. Whoa. I was beginning to see, as you were talking, I was beginning to see will I say the core of your person, shining forth. And yes, I do agree with you. There is nothing that we have that we got because we are the most brilliant. Everything has been orchestrated and planned even before we came. All we need to do is to key into it. And this is not specific to a certain kind of woman. It is for every woman. We are all fearfully and wonderfully made.
Absolutely.
There is nobody that God sent to earth without any talents of any sort. And one thing you said, which is very key, is to take all of your talents, all of your knowledge, all of your accomplishment, everything that you're about, back to God and Him. Use me in the ways that He deems best for you.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I think that's what keeps us grounded. It just makes you remember that you're just clay. And that really that is all for His purpose and not about you.
Not at all.
I think I learned that lesson very early in life. And thank God you're a chess player, because the example I'm going to use is about playing chess. One day I was just talking to my husband in the early days that we got married. I said, this God is a good chess player. You see, God has just put all of us here. Some pawns, some kings, some queens, and all of that. And He just dropped all of us here on this is chessboard called the world. He put all of us here, and then he has strings to all of us from heaven, and He's just moving us, in the directions that we're supposed to go. But you see, one thing He did is that He gave us free will as well. So if He moves us and we say we do not want to move, or we're deaf and we don't hear, then it's either we become stagnant or we take a wrong move, and then somebody will chop us, or something will chop us. And then, if we're lucky and we're still on the chessboard, we can recalibrate and come back into the game. But if we are unlucky and we have been chopped and removed, then it's a long way coming back. So I gave this analogy a long time ago, and a very long time ago, I had no clue I was going to have you on a show, or that I was even going to have a show, or that you were going to be a competitive chess player.
Yes.
Tell me, how does that help your mind, playing chess?
So chess is about knowing the trend. What gives you success in chess is about knowing the trend, knowing the moves. For instance, if I play AZ today, if I sit with AZ for 3 hours playing a game of chess, okay, AZ will not do 3 hours with me. AZ may do 10 minutes, 5 minutes with me. If AZ plays chess with me, I can know. My ability to know AZ's move in the next 10 years, I see AZ, to know exactly what she's going to do, to be able to read AZ's move, to be able to interpret or preempt, that's the word, preempt her next 5 moves. That's it. So mastering that helps me in life to sit down. I'm able to visualize. And that's so critical in leadership. In leadership, being a chess player helps me, because what is leadership? It's about being able to see. I call it envision. You have a destination that you see, a brighter way of doing things, a really good place like a Canaan, and then being inspiring enough to get the people that you're leading to see and follow you to that place, to see what you're seeing you inspire them enough to trust that what you're seeing, and then you take them through the work, and they trust you enough to work with you to that destination. So I'm able to envision, and then I can draw a map to that vision that I see and inspire the team enough. I hope I do inspire them enough to say, hey guys, this is how I think we should do it. By the way, I'm in a male-dominated environment, that you know that. So being able to tell the guys to say, hey guys, I see this. Trust me enough to go with me to this place. If we do this, because in our business, we call it where to play, where we have a right to win. And I say, hey guys, this is where we should play. This is our playground. We should go and play here. This is where we have a right to win. So my ability to envision outside of what they have always known, it's I benefit a lot of that from playing chess.
Interesting. I am glad you explained that, because when I play chess, I'm able to see how my opponent's mind works, and I'm also able to see how my own mind works. To anticipate your play and also kill you
Yes.
on the play. Okay, so like
Apart
you
from
mentioned that we were talking, you said
I can wound you and keep you quiet for a while.
Okay, so you said that you're in a male-dominated industry, and that's very obvious for all of us to see. And how have you faced any challenges? What challenges have you faced, and how are you able to overcome them? It's a difficult thing for a woman to lead men.
Yes. Yes, really, it is difficult. It is difficult, but it's achievable. It's achievable. Of course, it's male dominated. I mean, what does a girl know about tires? So first of all,
I asked you in the beginning, yeah.
First of all, when you come in, the thing in their heads is, what's a girl doing in the mill turf? What's a girl doing here? What are you doing here again? What are you doing here? So it is, for me, the biggest bottleneck or hurdle for me was gaining their trust. Gaining the trust that you know what you're saying. Gaining the trust that what you're saying would work. Gaining the trust that the initiatives and your ideas and your opinions and your directions will work. So gaining the trust that you know. But from what I did immediately was to understand the space as well. That's so critical for us women. You need to learn your trade. Be an expert in your trade. Whatever it is that you do, be an expert in it. Gain all the knowledge. Retool, upskill, so that you know. So I came at the top, all right, but I didn't stay. I would always go out every day, go to the market, go to where they sell tires. I was spending my days in the tire business, learning tires, understanding tires. Get it without the men going, without anybody working here going with me, right? So I would go out in the morning, go and spend the day in the tire market and ask questions and understand how it works. And I would ask the people who are selling the tires, what is it that you can do to unlock the potentials in this space? So I got the knowledge. In fact, when we come to meetings and I make comments, the people there will be surprised. The salespeople, as in, how did she even know this? How? So it's important to strive to know as a female. I'm sure as a male, you also need, but much more important for the female, because you are outside of your comfort zone. So what I did was to gain experience, gain knowledge, ask information, gain information as much as I could. Then for a female, you need to be bold, Easy. One needs to be bold. You need to be bold because you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, on your two legs, to stand, not to depend so much on the guys. In other words, walking the walk, taking time to really work, do the hard work that is expected of you. When they see you, that you're getting information, they see you're putting in the required work, there is some respect that comes with it. They see that you're bold and you're expressive, and you're not just expressing and making noise, but you're talking fact. you begin to gain some respect. When they see that you carry your own workload and you're not letting them, because a lot of women can also put the workload on the men, and then that way you can't gain their respect. So these are the things I did: being bold, being expressive, learning the trade, honing my skills, and then coming to tell them things they don't also know. Some of the things they don't know. That's what I did.
Whoa, whoa. That answer is filled with nuggets, and I hope that people are distilling it. First of
I
all,
want
you
to share
cannot
something.
give what you do not have. Whether
Absolutely.
you're in a male-dominated environment or
Yes.
even an inclusive one,
Yes.
all the time, someone who has knowledge tops
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
surmounts challenges easily. So,
Izzy, I want
women, to recalibrate for success this year, you must seek knowledge. And this knowledge has become very easy to acquire these days.
yes.
Chioma tells us how she used to go to the tire market and ask the people who deal in these tires, the people who sell these tires, tell me about these tires. What are your challenges? What would you like to have? What would you want us to do? We that supply you. What do you want us to do? How can it become seamless for you? What should I know? So you have voices. We are all voices. We can use our voices. We have to ask questions. Last week on the show, Dr. Berenjoku said to us, we have to ask meaningful questions. Instead of wasting our time talking about what's trending on social media, we can start asking questions. How do I become successful? What should I do to become successful? What mind change should I be looking at? What shackles should I be thinking of breaking this year? What am I going to do different to get different results? And frankly, if anybody has superior argument or superior knowledge over you, you are bound to listen to the person, whether the person is female or not. The person seems to know more than you do. So,
Yes.
women, I'm going to say to us again this year, whatever it is you do, as you're investing in the way you look and you're investing in your clothes and all of that, and we're talking about self care, me time, and all of that, please take a little bit of your resources and your time and invest in getting knowledge for yourself. We are in that time where what you know is what is going to put food on your table and is what is going to call you and put you before kings and kingmakers. So
Yes.
please, we have to all take advantage of that and seek knowledge. I mean, we're being taught by someone who's done it and we can see her results. So this is not like we brought someone who read textbooks to come and be telling us stuff. No, we brought someone who has done it and who has results to talk to us. So we might as well do ourselves some favor to listen. Christabel Onyemechi says success comes from really, really hard work. And yes, I do agree with her. You have to put in the work, really hard work, but now it can be smart. It
Yes.
doesn't necessarily have to be hard. You can make it smart work and then you still achieve success. Okay, so Chioma, to the crux and bone of today, how can a woman recalibrate for success in her career? See, let me give you an example. You know that what you want is to be in the C-suite. What
Yes.
you want in your heart, when you see yourself, you see yourself as a director, you see yourself as someone, leading a company of people. You see yourself doing stuff, but somehow you're just not getting there. Yeah. And you know the way it is. It's like being pregnant and not being able to deliver. The pangs are there. You're asking for the promotions, you're doing everything you think you should, but you're not just getting it. How can such a woman recalibrate? Because even if that person stays on wherever they are and gets retired and something, they will still, if on their retirement party, you still hear, I didn't get to where I wanted to get to. So I'm not feeling entirely fulfilled. And we don't want to go through life and get to that point where we should be retiring and be saying, I'm not feeling entirely fulfilled. So, how can a woman recalibrate for success?
Okay. First of all, reappraise yourself. Reappraise. Do a reappraisement or reassessment. Reappraisal. Yeah. Do a reappraisal of where you are. Do a reassessment of where you are. Define exactly where you want to go. Be clear on where you want to go. Be clear on what you want to attain. You know, sometimes also as women, because they tell us that we can multitask, that thing called multitasking, sometimes they're distractions. They're
Mm.
distractions, AZ. There is an African proverb that says, if you chase two rats, you don't catch any. So when you're chasing, you have to chase
All of them
one
will
rat because,
disappear.
yeah, because one is your target, one is a distraction. One is the prize, one is a distraction. So you must clearly define what is it I want to do. You cannot do everything. What do I want to do? Be clear on your objectives. So in that space where you are, reappraise yourself. What are the things? Because there must be, the reappraiser, why is important for you to do this for yourself is you will tell yourself some truth. Nobody can appraise you. We do workplace appraisals, but the one you do for yourself in your quiet corner and ask the Holy Spirit to help you, to show you your shortcomings, you would know because he tells the truth. He tells you the truth. You see, this is where you blew it. This is where you blew it. You would know. So reappraise yourself and say, what are my strengths that I need to play up? Where are those places that are improvement points where I need to actually work on? If you're already in a business, connect yourself to somebody who you see is doing well in that business and spend some time with this person. This is not the place of mentoring, AZ. Connect yourself to somebody who is doing well. This is how to recalibrate. After you've done your reassessment, after you've done your appraisal, after you've set up your clear goals and say, this is where I want to be. Connect yourself to somebody who has been there. When they say, follow who know road. On a more serious note, it's funny, but it is true. Find out somebody who has done well in that trade, in that space, in that business, and find time to spend with that person. Spend time to spend, just listen, you would learn. And then you put it in what you're doing. If you're a career person and you are in an office, find a mentor. Find somebody who can give you a sincere feedback. Izzy, I love feedback. They say feedback is the breakfast of champions. Feedback is a gift. Feedback is a gift. Get somebody to give you a very constructive, good, sincere feedback. Sometimes it's like letting somebody take you to a mirror to point out the faults. When you look at, you would hear things you need to change, things that you need to recalibrate. You would hear. The Lord Jesus Christ himself as a leader asked for feedback, AZ. Remember, he asked his disciples, who do men say that I am? He wanted to know.
Who do people say that I am?
He
Yes.
wanted to know if what I'm selling, are people buying what I'm selling? This brand, this thing I'm preaching, are they even hearing it? Then he asked them, you, who do you say that I am? He wanted to know if his immediate crowd knew. So feedback is good. Ask for sincere feedback so that you know exactly what you do. Know where you are going. So these are the things I do. I still do on a day. I do. I love feedback, Izzy. I go looking for feedback. God has put mentors around me. I go looking for feedback. So I ask, what can I do better? In what way can I do better? How could I have it? I'll go to a meeting and I will ask, what could I have done better in this particular topic that it didn't go so well? What could I have done? Go ask for feedback. When you do this, next time you come on that stage, next time you're faced with that problem, next time you have that business space, you would conquer. And lastly on your question, AZ, lastly is, I think like a man. It's so cliche, but it is true. I recalibrate my mind to think like a man, AZ. And what do I do is, when I walk, I ask myself, what would a man do? What would a man do? It helps me to remove sentiment. It helps me not to be emotional. I will share with you a personal experience I had. And this is so true. I once had a very, very nasty boss. He wasn't a Nigerian. Not nasty as in rude, but extremely mean, very hardcore, walking the tightrope. He didn't have time for any form of what is it? Encumbrances. It's all about it's just you're not doing well. It tells you straight on. So that was a mean boss for me. Do you know what I would do when we come to meetings like this? And I would have done a very wonderful presentation, plenty preparation. I come to that meeting and I present that thing. He would just punch holes, and it comes all flat. You know what I would do? I would go and sit down and I'll say, and right after the meeting, the next 2 minutes, he's asking me questions online. He's asking me questions. He calls me and starts asking questions completely different from the meeting. You know what I would do? In my head as a female, I want to start to carry face. In my head as a female, I want to start boning. I want to start feeling hurt so that they can start looking for my face. And I'll switch and tell myself, hey, what would a man do? A man would immediately suck it up and face the business. No time for emotions. No time to be shaping your face. Go straight. So that helped me a great deal. This was a man at the end of the regional leadership when they were saying, okay, Chioma is going to be managing director of Nigeria. He said, she's the one. Right? All the way from France. He said, she's the one. She is strong. She is bold. And she's very result-oriented. Because this one, he wouldn't ask you because there are bosses that don't want to know. They don't want to know your children. They don't want to know anything about you. He wouldn't ask you, how many kids do you have? What happened to your children today? Where are you coming from? It's all about the job. So I would always say, what would a man do? Even till today, up until today, that guides me. What would a man do? A man will be focused on result, one. Two, a man will be focused on the issues. A man would argue about issues. When you come to a meeting, the man would argue on issues, and he will not be saying, I don't like how you talk to me. I don't like how you did it, but it will be issue-based discussions. That is how I recalibrated my own head for success.
Thank you. Thank you for being very forthright. What I took from, if I have to encapsulate everything you've said in one word, I would say single-mindedness, laser-focused vision. An eagle does not look left or right when he's in flight. It just focuses and zooms in into its destination to catch whatever prey he wants to catch. So women, it comes back to us. How badly do we want what we say we want? Is the yearning in the pit of our stomach strong enough for us to leave some of our female characteristics, like being emotional, like going on and on over things that are neither here nor there, that, things that cannot get us to where we're going to? Majority of us have lost stuff just because we femaled on the matter. See that we cried or we sulked, and these things are not acceptable in the corporate space, so we need to learn to have that body language that says focused, that body language, that single-mindedness, that even when you're hurt, you show up, that single-mindedness, that even when you're in pain, you mask it. Yes. Because you're going somewhere. And frankly, when you get there, then you can settle. But you don't settle on the road to the place. You can imagine that the recommendation for who to become managing director came from the same man that was pushing the limits.
Yes. Absolutely.
So from today, I will also ask, what would a man do?
Yes.
And I think that's why they're called boss ladies, isn't it? Because somehow you need to think like a man and act like a woman.
Yes.
So yeah, Chioma, thank you for that. It's food for thought. And we are going to apply this year of our own lives, or in our own lives. Even if you're not doing a corporate 9 to 5, you have a life and you want to focus and get to the zenith of your life and be the best version of yourself in your life. So you should always ask yourself,
Yes.
am I feeling this thing? And then if you are, ask yourself, what would a man do? And then turn around and then do that stuff. When you now succeed, you can go and cry in your house, put on the shower and cry,
Yes. Yes.
you know.
Yes.
Choma is saying yes, so she agrees with me. And there's a good thing
Yes.
about crying in the shower. Two things: you're crying, and so you're releasing the tension, and the water is washing over you, and then you're feeling good. And then when you come out and towel yourself, fall asleep, and you forget that it happened because you got the success that you deserve. Well done, bravo. Now let's drill in some bits. Tell us, what strategies and initiatives have you implemented at Michelin to support and empower women in leadership roles? Have you had any notable successes? Is there something you want to share with us?
Yes, yes. I have, I always say, AZ, I say, send the elevator down. Is something I've said in so many meetings. I say, send the elevator down, right? Anywhere you find yourself as a leader, ensure you send the elevator down to at whatever level that you have reached. Okay, some people you may need to send the elevator all the way down to the ground floor. Some people is on the second floor, some people on the fourth floor, but ensure that you're not alone. Whatever floor that you are, send the elevator down to get more people like you. Send the elevator down. Make sure you don't cut the, is it the rope or whatever it is, the pulley that works on that, does that activates that powers the elevator. Ensure you don't destroy it. Send the elevator down and bring more people like you. And that's what I've been doing. Unless this is what I've been doing, because I started to say last year that apart from just mentoring females, I have a lot of females I mentor, we should begin to sponsor these females. What does it mean? It means when you're in a meeting or in a place where there are discussions, be sure to say, hey, I know somebody who can do this. So I know somebody who can bake real good. I know somebody who makes really good clothes. I know somebody. Say something. Don't keep your mouth shut in meetings. Make referrals. Give referrals. Okay. Be the human trumpet for your sister. Be the human trumpet for your sister. Be that human trumpet that will carry your sister's matter for your head. Be that human trumpet. So what I have done is deliberately intentional, because you have to be intentional about it, intentionally bringing women into the space, into the middle management, because the reason we don't have women at the top management is because middle management doesn't have a lot of females. So I am deliberately bringing strong women to middle management. By the way, Izzy, I will not sacrifice competence on the altar of gender or gender equality or diversity. So I will not sacrifice competence. So I'm looking out for strong, competent, super focused, like you say, laser focused women who know what they need in life, who want to make a difference. Who want to make a difference. So that's what I've been doing. I'm empowering my middle management, not just for females, but for all genders, both males and females. That's what I have. That's what I've decided to do as managing director at Michelin. I'm particularly interested in middle management. Why? Because they are the operational guys. They're the ones that get the work done. In top management, you sit in meetings, but the guys who actually are doing the thing, middle management. So I'm ensuring they're getting the right skills. I'm ensuring that they're being empowered, because where I am, you have middle management. The top management takes all the accolades. But now I've put the searchlight on middle management, ensuring that they are well informed, they're well equipped, they're well trained, and they're being given the opportunity to showcase themselves. I'm very focused on people right now. Why? Because as a leader, you cannot be effective if the people who work with you are not effective. Therefore, raising the effectiveness of the people who work with you is a top priority for me, because they're the ones that get the job done. So I have been very deliberately getting female in middle management, as well as getting the middle management to be very result focused as well.
I'm just smiling and I'm shaking my leg under my table. I wish you can all see it. And I do that only when I'm excited. I heard a phrase that has really excited me today here, and that phrase is send the elevator down. You know, don't be that kind of woman that when you get up, you block the door and nobody else comes in after you. Choma says she believes in sending the elevator down. And the only way this elevator will be able to come back up is if all of us are recalibrated for success, if all of us are ready, because she's not going to pick you just because you're a woman. So she sends it down. Are you ready? Are you prepared? Do you have what it takes to go on the elevator and climb all the way up to middle management and maybe senior management sometime? Ah, these are the kind of questions that we're going to be asking ourselves. So if the elevator drops today, can I confidently get on it? And if you know that your answer is no, then it's time for you to seek out a mentor in that area where you have given yourself a no, and then show up. So that when Chioma and others like Chioma drop the elevator down, you can get on it nicely. Bravo. And then, you also did say something that um you also did say something that you would not you will not sacrifice mediocrity in other over gender. So yes, I quite agree with that. Women, if we shouldn't be looking for who is going to give us a leg up if we do not have what it takes to come up. And then of course, thank you for speaking for women in rooms where they are not. It's called sponsorship. And that's quite different from mentorship. You know, you're being able to say, oh, they're looking for someone who can do ABC. Say, oh yeah, I do know this woman. You don't even necessarily have to know the person personally, but you just know the person by default, or you pedigree or something. You can actually just say, oh, okay, you're looking for someone to do this. Okay, great. I think you should try Chioma, the MD of Michelin. I think you should try Ezinne, the woman who hosts Up You. Yeah, she will be able to do it. Give those recommendations. What does it cost us? It doesn't cost us anything, frankly, because you know what? Somebody spoke for you somewhere that you were not there as well. So let's this year normalize speaking for people who are competent, so that they can get a leg up and then they can also become successful. The truth is, if we're able to build a tribe of successful women around us, then we become impactful. We move from just being successful to becoming impactful, to being able to become change catalysts like Chioma. I think I
Yes.
like the sound of that. So you change stuff, you make things happen. I think that's the ultimate place to be going to. Okay, Chama, away from corporate world, I want to know how you balance all of this, because it can't be easy. I mean, this conversation was supposed to be for 10:10, but then you get pulled into a meeting, and so we have to like shift again. And I'm sure that you shifted something to be able to do this. And then there's the home front. There is husband, there are children, parents, all sorts. So how
Yes.
do you put all this together? How do you make it work to have a
Yes.
balance?
Yes, I'm a mother. I have 4 kids. I'm a wife. I also remember that my husband and I also pastor a church.
I
So
was waiting
I'm a
for you to say that yourself.
so I'm also a minister of the gospel. And then the thing is, be true to yourself. Okay, so I'll talk about myself. Be true to yourself. Ask for help. Ask for help and receive help when you can. My father said something to me some time ago, and he said, Nnamdi Azikiwe, the popular Nnamdi Azikiwe, the renowned Nnamdi Azikiwe, often said, have sympathy for yourself or yourself. So he would always say, in sympathy with myself, I took a day off. So I always do that. Sympathize with yourself. Ask for help. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty if today you say, you know what, I really need help to do this. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you so. Ask for help. Take the help. Use the community of people around you to get things done. To get things, don't think you have to be it. For me, I also have boundaries. Okay, I put boundaries on myself as much as I can. It's not like this work-life balance, is a continuous process. Some days I get it right, where I have a very balanced work life. And then some days I'm just trying to ensure that I have a right balance. So ensuring that my work and my family and my church life is balanced is just prioritizing. I prioritize God above every other thing. And I prioritize family and I prioritize work. But I will not say that I don't take meals at night. No, some nights I would do a meal. But most nights when I come home, I try to be 100% present. I try to balance my life. For instance, every month, the first Saturday of every month, I volunteer. I volunteer in an old people's home in Lagos, where I spend a day with the old people's home. Sometimes I spend the day in the soup kitchen, where I'm cooking for them. Sometimes I spend the day with the laundry people, where we're washing their clothes. Sometimes I just spend the day talking to the old people. So I try to balance my life and give give time to what is important to me. What's important to me is I want to be successful in God. So I give my all at work. When I'm at work, I'm 100% present. But any day I feel like, you know what, you really need to sympathize with yourself. I take some time off and I'm in my home. And then I'm not so good. And that's one thing I want to change this year. I want to be a bit more social. So I like to just sit down and read. So for me, I balance work with playing chess. I'm an addict. I am not proud of it, but I'm an addict, chess addict. And then I read. I read everything. I read everything I see. Everything I see. So that's what I do.
Interesting stuff. One thing I heard is that the act of balancing is a continuous thing.
Yes.
From all that I've heard and all that I know, for as old as I've lived, I don't think I've seen anybody who says I am completely balanced on all legs of my life, because we have different legs of our lives, different aspects of life. And so what happens is we focus on what needs to be done per time, or that's on the one that is requiring immediate attention per time, and then we work our seasons and see what happens. And that's exactly what you are doing. I must commend you, Chama. If you see, I went really very quiet when you were talking about going to the old people's homes and spending some time cooking for them regularly every first Saturday of a month, you said, or is it the last one? Now, the thing is, I have realized or I have discovered that most women who are strong and who are doing awesome have some spiritual activity that they do where they serve humanity. You know, it may not be known, it may not be publicized, but they do it. They take out time and they serve humanity. You can imagine, with all her busy schedule, she still finds time to go care for other people's parents. People have taken their parents and put them in an old people's home. And then Choma finds the time to say, I want to go and give back to the elderly. It's a giving. I'm digressing, but yeah, giving is a thing and a huge thing. Um, because when you give, you are actually, it may leave your hand, but it's counted as a blessing for you. So when you look at certain people and you're wondering why they get blessed, it might just be something they're doing behind the scenes. some kind of giving that are doing behind the scene. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be an ear to listen to someone's distress.
Yes.
It could be time to pray for someone. It could be time to teach someone. I know that ever since I started to teach in the last 2 years, I am loving the woman I am becoming because it doesn't finish. The more you teach, the more God gives you more analogies, the more He gives you more wisdom, the more He fills you up,
Yes.
and you just keep blooming. It's
Yes.
shocking. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, hmm. So I totally connect with that. And I, for one, will have to do a reappraisal because the reason why we are here is to be productive, yes, and also to be contributory.
Yes.
I have a friend who said, who said he doesn't pray for himself anymore. It is the prayers people pray for him that keeps him thriving.
Wow.
And the
Wow.
only reason why people will be praying for you is that you're doing something to elevate their lives, you know. And I can tell you it's not all about money. Sometimes we keep saying we don't have money to give. That is when it makes the time. That is when it becomes a sacrifice. Truly awesome. Truly, truly awesome. You've taken me to a place that is not supposed to be part of our discussion, but it's okay. I'm going to come back. So, Choma, well done on your work-life balance strategies. It's actually working because you look together and life is coming together for you. So now, looking forward, let's go a bit into the future because we've had this conversation. We've gone on for like over an hour now. Looking forward to the future, what are your goals and aspirations for women in leadership, both within Michelin and the women in on this stream? Both
Yeah.
those who are going to come and listen after.
Yes.
What's
Yes.
your, what do you think?
Um, I want to mentor more women. I'd already said this year I want to be there for more women. Um, because we have a lot of, truth be told, we have a lot of obstacles, and they say there's a book I'm reading now. It's called Walking Through the Barricades. There are a lot of barricades for women. That's the truth. In the workplace, in the business place, it's not just financial, psychological. What are they called? The psychological space, emotional space, stereotypes, basically. So I want to mentor more women. I'd like to mentor more women. I want to be there, available to be available to a lot more women. There's a friend of mine who is an MD of one of multinational. We're thinking of doing something for women, maybe writing a book or getting a school of mentorship, but just helping women navigate the career path, businesses, because there are obstacles. The future is bright. Not like they say the future is women or what. The thing that the future is bright for women. Suddenly the world has realized that we have something to offer. Many companies have decided deliberately now to have more women on have leadership roles. Okay, giving us a seat at the table. Now we need to ensure another with the responsibility comes accountability. We now need to ensure that as they give us these seats, as we get these opportunities, we utilize them very well so that more people like us can also get the opportunity. So businesses so I think for us, I know, not I feel, I know that the future is bright for females. So like as a woman, as you calibrate your head for success, don't put any stumbling blocks. Don't cage yourself. Don't think that to be too successful. No, I can't be too successful. Don't let your mindset be the thing that is stopping you. Aspire. The future is bright. Decide the business you want to do. Get to know all that it requires and go for it. The future is bright for females. If you're a professional woman, when you see those jobs, apply for them. Go for them. You can. Stop waiting for validation. Ezie, I want to tell you a short story. I hope I can, if I may.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so there was a conference I attended, and then there's the man who is like a vice president from the top in France, and somebody was at a female. The women were asking him, so what are you doing about getting more women on board? And he said something, and it struck a chord. He said that all his years of leadership at the top level, when you see a man and you give a man a job and you say, hey, I want you to maybe handle this country. I want you to take on this role. The man says, yes, okay, thank you. Can I have this other country? The man asks for more. But 9 out of 10, when you call a female and say, hey, Ezie, I think you're so good. I want you to handle this. Most time, Ezie will say, really, can I do it? Are you sure I can? So we doubt ourselves. We always want someone to validate and say, yes, you can, go for it. So I want to tell us women, you can be bold. You're enough. You are validated. You are validated. You can do it. Even when you are afraid, do it afraid. Do it anyway. Even when your heart is beating, do it anyway. Pass you by. Don't think I'm not good enough. You are good enough. You have been trained enough. Don't think, oh, I think I still need to more training. You have been trained enough. You were created to do this. Be bold. Be bold. Don't second guess yourself. You have all it takes to succeed. You have all it takes to go to the world and make giant steps.
Thank you. And I'm going to close out by asking you to speak to the woman and her character. Because it's one thing to recalibrate for success. It's one thing to attain the success. There's a recent story trending. I will not call names, but we all know the story of a woman that is involved in some things that have not been verified. So how do we, work on our characters so that when we get there, we do not now betray the trust and have the elevator cut off completely, that you don't even have anything to send down?
Yes.
Character.
Yes, character. Yes. Okay, so again, I spoke to it a bit when I said when we get these opportunities, to the responsibility comes accountability. So let us, when we get those opportunities given to us, we must not spoil it for other women. We must not spoil it for other women. Ask God for wisdom every day. The Bible says that he that lacks wisdom, ask God to give you wisdom, to direct you. Ask God for insight, foresight, knowledge, understanding, discernment. It is all God that gives it to you. You must, because with responsibility, you're suddenly on a pedestal and everybody's watching you.
All eyes on you.
All eyes on you. And then society, there's a lot of pressure on you. You must know. That's the reason you must believe in something. For me, my guiding principle is not as it's God, It's God. Honestly speaking, it's God. Because I know that I am here not because I am the best, but somebody, the superior one, the ultimate one, put me there. So all the days, every day, my prayer every morning is, God, give me the wisdom for today. Give me the wisdom I need to excel today. So when the Bible Proverbs, it says she openeth her mouth with wisdom. That's the Proverbs 31 woman. Give me the wisdom that when I open my mouth, let me speak solutions. Let me speak solutions. Give me a voice that cannot be gainsaid, a voice that cannot be ignored. So character is what will help you, help me, help all of us to not just, when you have attained that level which you want to attain, it is character that keeps you there. There is a book that says that I'm trying to remember. It says talent is not enough. If I remember, it's from by John Maxwell. It says talent is not enough. Talent is not enough. It's talking about attitude and character. It says when we hire people now, we don't hire people for skill because skill can be taught. You hire people for
Yes.
behavior, character,
For
attitude.
character.
So for women, as we recalibrate for success, we must also work on our character, attitude. In a workplace, we have to be serious. I have a case, for instance, you have taken a 4 months maternity leave. You have resumed from maternity. You have taken an extra 1 month to do daycare. I close early because of baby. So 5 months is gone. And then 2 months down the line, you get pregnant again. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You want us to give you another 4 months. So as women, when these opportunities come to us, guys, grab it and have the right attitude, have the right character, be very, very focused, be very fact-based, be result-oriented, play down on emotions, because sometimes men are uncomfortable with us in the place because we get too emotional. We forget the matter and we say, I don't like how you spoke to me. And for the next 10 minutes, the meeting is about how you spoke to me. So character is important.
Thank you. At the end of the day, character is everything.
Absolutely.
Character is everything, So we must ensure that when we are recalibrating for success and when we are gunning for success, that we will not be later on classified as pure, previously undetected employment errors, that we will not carry those and come in. So as we gun for whatever it is we're gunning for, our objectives and our goals and our aims this year, let us also find the time to build our characters, that we may not fail ourselves first and foremost, and then the people that have put us in positions of trust. Chioma, it's been a very long conversation. I see Ijeoma Chinaka on the stream, and Ijeoma says talent is not enough. Yes, she agrees with us that talent is not enough. Welcome, Ijeoma. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Adebayo. Welcome, everyone on the stream. And for those who are still going to come later on, welcome still. Chioma and I welcome you to go to listen and grab whatever nugget that will work for you. Chioma, you have talked long and hard, so I'm going to ask you to please give us your closing remarks. And in closing, please charge the women. I want Pastor to speak now, not the MD of Michelin. I need you to charge the women so that they can go out there and take up their tools and begin to work on themselves. Excuse me.
Thank you, Ezi. Thank you for this opportunity to be here. I'm super honored to be here on this platform because it's not every day you get opportunity to speak to people and talk about your experiences. This is one of the prayer points. I ask God to give me a platform to talk to women, to talk to people. So each time I talk to them, I would always put God first. So my sisters, I would always call my sisters, you are my sisters once you're a female. Seize the opportunity. Time and chance happens to us. Make sure you are planning and preparing yourself. There is a saying that if I had 100 hours to cut a tree, I use 96 hours to sharpen the knife. It talks about preparation. Prepare yourself for the opportunity that life is going to bring to you this year. Prepare yourself, upskill yourself, get ready, get all the information you need for that business that God is going to bring your way this year. As you have prayed for this year to be good and great, you need certain level of preparedness, both of the head, your mindset, as well as character. Do your own work. Do the one that is within your control, and leave the rest to God. Let God direct your path. Give it to Him. Give your plan to God. He's the one that will order you. He's the one that will make it come to pass. Do not limit yourself. Don't think you're too small. Do not be afraid. Do not be dismayed. Go in this thy might. God has graced you to be more. Don't limit yourself to what you just your immediate. And finally, do not settle for average. Do not settle for mediocrity. Strive for excellence in everything you do. No matter how small your business is or how big your business is, strive for excellence in that business. Be the best in class in that business. Be the best in class in that business. Finally, leverage, network. Make sure you're reaching out to people who can help, who know more about the business, who can help you to connect you to the business. They're not teaching you to fish because you have learned to fish, but they are helping you to give you access to other fish markets. To other fish markets. So you have learned to fish, but they're giving you access to other places where fish is sold outside of your locality. So leverage your network so that you can have more access to the market. Thank you.
Very well said. Very, very well said. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you, Chioma, for coming on the show. I love how you're trailblazing. I love how you're paving way for women in leadership. Thank you for not closing the door on other women, for sending down the elevator. Thank you, because very soon we're going to have many more women conversation. I confess we gain very valuable insights. So thank you very much. And we're going to call on you again and again. And please say yes when we do call. And let me put it out here so you can say no. I'm inviting you to join our faculty of wise women. We're putting together a faculty at OPU with Ezinne, faculty that will help us mentor women, train women. Um, Depending on the time that you have available, so that we can have women come up and be better, all round better. And that's why I'm particularly grateful that beyond what you do in the corporate world, you also have a flock that you lead with your husband. And so we're going to be getting dual trainings from you. Yeah. Thank you very much. So, dear phenomenal women, we have the power to embrace success and conquer leadership. We have been enlightened today on the show on the hows and the why. And now it's time for you to take action. Remember what we said last year on the show? Action is the only thing that changes things. And so it's now time for you to take action. Like Chema said, allow yourself the gift of delving deeper, seeking clarity, and asking the important questions that will propel you forward. Let your ambitions guide you as you embark on this journey in this year 2024. But please do not forget, your dreams are only valid if you walk them.
Yes.
And then not only are they valid, they are also attainable. I
Yes.
mean, you don't have to look any further. Our guest today, Chioma, is the first female managing director of Michelin Tyres Nigeria and also the first female managing director in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes.
She is proof that there are no limits to what you can achieve if only you believe. This remarkable woman serves as an inspiration, reminding us that greatness knows no boundaries. So, my dear friends, or my dear sisters, as Chioma has termed all of us, let us be guided by the idea that success is not a mere stroke of luck, but rather the meeting point of opportunity and preparedness. Let us not
Absolutely.
leave our accomplishments to chance. Nobody will just leave the vehicle they want to drive in to chance. So do not leave that vision, that ambition of yours to chance. With determination and preparation, like we have been told today, our ambitions will become reality. Together, we can shape a future where women not only lead, but excel and inspire. This is where we wrap today's edition of Uppy with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one as always. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Uppy with Ezinne. Get copies of our books, Up You and When Adversity Strikes, Fight. Thank you. Don't forget to be a part of our amazing community. Let's have deep and meaningful conversations this year and speak what we want to see to life. We can all become that which we see. Remember what Chama said? you cannot achieve, I'm paraphrasing, you can't achieve a future you haven't foreseen. So we must speak what we want to see and walk what we want to see into existence or manifestation. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week, starting with you, our dear listeners. Please like and share the screen. Please share, 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 so that those who couldn't come in at this time will be able to look at it at their convenience. Please share. Thank you, our darling guests and the amazing UpU team. You all
Thank
stay
you.
strong, stay curious, stay open minded, and keep striving for success.
Thank you
Remember,
so
it's
much.
all about you finding self, finding purpose. And my name is Ezinne Kanem. Until I come your way next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m., it's up you.
Thank you. Up you. Bye.
Bye.